Hello, everybody. This is Dom from Upstate Supernatural, and we are testing out the Spiritus communication application. This is Android-based, and this is our last week testing this out. This is what it looks like right here, guys. And as you can see, I have another screen right there, and that's the other room. But here's the application. And just so everybody's aware, this will be our last week with testing this. And we're going to be switching over to something else next week. And still haven't kind of figured out what that's going to be, but I will. I definitely will. But I'd like to welcome everybody in that's tuned in. And we're going to go ahead and start testing this out. And again, this is our last week with testing it. So I'm going to go ahead. We've had good success as we've been using this. So we're going to go with a channel, which is going to sweep all the channels. And then let's go with a reverb, which is right there. Hello. This is Dominic. I'd like to say hello to everybody. And as always, everybody, please don't forget to check out each other's channels. Pumpkinhead Paranormal, he has some great content on his channel. You also have Philip. He has some good content on his as well. And on Facebook, you can find a bunch of us that do ITC together on the ITC collaboration, which is made by Philip. Spirits within communication. I've heard Phil brought up in numerous different sessions. Would you like to say hello to Phil? And please don't, if you guys like this content, if you enjoy what we're doing with this, please don't forget to share. You can share it on Facebook, share it on Google+, share wherever you'd like to. But we'd greatly appreciate any shares and any likes. Or any criticism. If you guys have thoughts that you'd like to see within our tests, let me know. Be happy to try different methods and things like that. Spirits and individuals within communication. Is there things you'd like us to try? Certain subjects you'd like us to try to ask? And there's many individuals that do this, that do spirit communication, or attempt to. What do you feel? What do you feel works? What do you feel doesn't work?
This.
I'd also like to wish everybody a happy holiday. Labor Day is coming up this Monday.
What? Please. What?
It's always good. It's always, especially with how this field is, where no one truly has the answers. It's not a bad thing trying new things. It's not a bad thing trying new methods. You're not gonna know what works until you try it.
Earl.
And you know, the one thing with the paranormal in general, it's for the most part very open to new methodologies and new techniques, which is pretty cool. You don't see that with a lot of other different things. You know, there's always a specific way that you have to do everything. With paranormal, it's very diverse. Chris, thanks for being in here. Steph, Charlie, Perry, Phil, Judy, I believe Doppel, I'm sure you're out there.
I was watching.
Trish. Humanity.
Mom.
Mike.
Judging others is I mean that's a human aspect. You know what I mean? Everybody's always trying to figure out their way, and sadly, you know, with that, it creates tension and things like that. Azazel, thanks for being in here, bud. Now, spirits and individuals, how have you liked this application? Have you enjoyed utilizing this? Again, like always, whenever you're trying to utilize any spirit communication device, I'm just telling you from my experience, the slower that you talk and the louder, the easier it is for us to hear you. Come visit me?
Son? One. Good. Just. Yes. As
Now, what is one of your favorite memories? One of your favorite experiences that you've been able to go through?
Did it? What?
Edit. Is
Us.
this
Trying to line that up so it looks good for you guys.
this?
Huh?
Bill?
Bill?
Miss- What?
There's something.
For Oh.
Look up.
Landy.
It's Spirits Within Communication. We've had some traumatic things going on, and we just like to spread some love, you know, within all of us to the individuals down in Texas that they've gone through that horrific hurricane that went through. When there's natural disasters that happen, do you guys are you kind of the first responders? Are you guys there to be there for the individuals that they're going through that struggle? Hello?
That's William.
As it you know, just
Betty, thanks for being in here.
Jane.
So, Bill, Charlie. Hello. Is this Charlie? Bloody, thanks for being in here. Max.
Lee.
And here's some.
Gave in this area.
We must wear it. Intermission. It's good seeing you. Okay, so it did do that last week. Remember where it kind of where it sang, and I believe that was the same voice.
No.
And that's the one thing with using these applications is listening for phrases, words that repeat themselves. Similar to the Ghost Hunter apps with the GB1 and the GB Rift. There's definitely repeating words, but also in the same concept, there's words that can be figured out as well.
Deep.
You guys probably hear it a little bit more now.
To listen.
Is young and very. Houston Mayor, wasn't I?
Yeah, I'll be working on Monday myself, Perry. I hear you.
Never
Work never ends. Testing 1 2 3. Testing. Yeah, I definitely turned it up. I didn't have it up all the way for you guys, and now it is.
And the
Make sure it's not blasting your ears. Yeah. Oh, that's definitely gonna be blasting your ears. Let's try that. How's that? There we go. Much better.
door.
Hello.
Yeah, my
Let's do a check. 1 2. Check 1 2. Can you hear me?
How slowly?
Okay, it doesn't turn blue. I was wondering if it did. No. No. Jason, I know Jason kind of stopped doing everything because he was focused with school. He was finishing his degree. And regrettably, actually, I found out later on after the event. But we have a massive 4th of July party. That we have over 100 people that show up. Fireworks, bonfire, paintball, kickball, tons of stuff, and cookout and all that jazz. And Jason actually contacted one of my friends, John, that I live with, and John didn't know who it was. Like, it didn't click with him. Asking about, is he able to come out? And he didn't see the message in time. And I found out a couple days later. I was like, oh crap. But yeah, I think he's been focused with school and everything, and trying to get all that situated. School as in college.
Maximum.
Wait.
Did you ever go to school? Did you ever go to college?
Fade.
Hi.
If So what subjects did you study? And Betty, just to let you know, the Spiritus Ghost Box application, it's made for Android, so you can get that through the Google Play Store, and I believe it costs $12.99 is what it costs.
Meg.
I actually I looked up the Echo Vox the other day, and the Echo Vox, it used to be, I want to say 10 or 15 bucks, and now it's up to like what is it, $20 for the classic and 30 for 3.0.
Oops. See,
Oh, they do have an Apple version too. Took a minute. That's what I heard out of that. I'm gonna use my phone, and I'm gonna walk out of the room. I'm gonna use this to talk.
Down.
sign.
Needed.
Spirits and individuals, can you hear me?
Down.
Why is there so much Spirits and individuals, can you hear me? Spirits and individuals, can you hear me? Let's try there. Can
Sign.
you guys hear this okay? Can you guys hear this okay? Hello, hello.
See? Frank.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
What?
Testing, 1, 2, 3. That should be better.
Has
Just trying to get that hum on there. Hello, hello.
Yeah. Night.
What?
That was really strange. The radio started acting funny as I was walking down the stairs.
do. What? Oh,
An app.
Mike?
Had
Pre.
two. For my
feel.
Go.
vase.
Yeah.
We've never experienced it where something walked across the room. Would you give it a try? Would you be willing to?
Sir.
Did
In a
You. We would.
serious. Fine.
Well,
Minor.
what are the dude?
Today is Friday. It's September 1st of 2017. How are you doing today?
And here's some.
He
Love.
Coil.
Jerry.
Um.
In the
She's
Rose.
I'd like to think I'm kind of a philosophical person.
off.
To you, what is the meaning of life?
By Jerry. But
What is the meaning of love?
Gina.
Okay.
Glee. In a fun.
How's the truck?
Social.
You've gone through many, many things. What would you say is possibly your greatest lesson you ever learned?
On. Farm.
what the
Bruce.
Always. Oh,
There's
wait.
boy.
Took.
Many of us search for answers. Were you a person that searched as well, trying to find answers?
Yeah.
Slowly.
Commit. Please.
Slay it.
Is he? Social. Ally.
Bo.
The greatest question we could ask
Nick.
is what?
Was.
Said. There's some. Next to my arrow.
Right.
No.
Ching. Take.
Rose.
Back.
For all those that are new with this, I do apologize. I mean, no offense in saying this.
Oh.
Yes.
Fine.
We have learned through our history, through exploring,
Take.
that we are not the first. We are not the first species to exist.
Wine.
So, my
Da.
so my question that I have for you is, if we're not the first species to exist,
I was walking.
have you met them?
The window.
Some.
Oh. You.
We know that dinosaurs existed on this planet, on Earth, millions of years ago. Was there any other civilized civilized society that existed before what we know right now?
I was walking.
She.
West. This.
I'm asking beyond angels. I'm asking beyond demons.
Is it?
I'm asking in the concept of there was 50 to 65 million years ago. There was dinosaurs, and then we existed
Yeah.
way after that. What was in between? Was there anything in between? And if so, did they have a they have a title? Did they have a name?
Has she?
Come on. Come here. Come here. Come on.
Daisy.
No.
Come on.
Back.
There you go, sweetie. Where you at? Where you at? Gotcha.
Bo.
This is a spiritus. It's got word banks in it. It's
No.
not Latin banks.
Yes, my arrow was nine.
Jer-
You okay?
This
And we got a little bit into this last week. We got a little bit into it. Which way you want to go? You want to lay it like this? We were talking about space travel and how you know, we're in the Milky Way galaxy, and we know there's other galaxies. And I think we got a little bit into it. Have you ever been able to travel outside of our known galaxy? And if you guys aren't aware of this, I mean, I'm going to give you a little lesson, a little science lesson, a little astrological lesson. I don't even have a penny. If you go on YouTube and you watch a lot of videos, watch a bunch of videos.
12.
I don't have a penny to show it, but basically,
able-
the Earth is, let's say it's about this big. Let's say it's about that big. The sun is probably as large as the curtain behind me, in essence of how big the Earth is, which is massive. Then there's stars and planets that are larger than that. Now the theory is, and this is with a lot of scientists in the world, theory is if you're put in a football field and you were blindfolded, and there was somebody sitting in the bleachers in a football field, sitting in the bleachers, and you were blindfolded and you were spun about 50 times and asked to throw a dart in the direction of that person, where you throw the dart is going to be somewhere in the football field. You're most likely not going to even come close to that individual or target per se. And that's kind of the same concept of how small we are within the universe compared to if there is outside forms of living beings from other galaxies or so forth. It would be like a shot in the dark trying to find each other. I mean, if you think about it, you're not going to be looking for the smallest planet to have life. You okay? What's up? What's up? Want to give me a hug? Give me a hug. Come here. Ow, 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 ow. Okay. Alright, you can lay wherever you want. I'm not saying there's not a God. I'm not saying any of that that at all. I'm just saying in the concept of history, there's much more before us. Much more. I'm just curious of the in-between. Fluffer. Fluffy fluff. Alright.
Sleep.
How do you feel about cats?
Do. You. Four. Make
Now, spirits and individuals in 100 years of existence, what do you think our society will think of with trying to do spirit communication? Do you think it will progress to a point where it will be widely accepted, or do you think otherwise?
Frank. Sleep.
And many of us have seen, and I've seen this 3 or 4 times in the course of my life. People saying it's going to be the end of the world. And we got somebody in our chat, Paranormal Intermission, that he'd like me to ask. Coming up this coming month, September 23rd, we're supposed to have something happen. There's supposed to be a meteor that's supposed to be really close. There's also supposed to be weather changes, things like that. Do you as individuals where you are, do you guys have a list of dates of when things are going to happen? Are things in our lives, are they predetermined, or are they by chance and by luck?
This.
I'm not asking for any dates. I remember a long time ago, and this is morbid as hell. When we're born, we have our born on date, and we have our expiration date. And I mean that's morbid as hell, but it kind of has some truth to it. But you know, those are the things that we're not. I think in some ways we're not supposed to know. That's why we're supposed to carpe diem, you know, seize the day, because you never know.
Do it. No.
Yeah, 1999 was. They thought the computers were gonna crash, and that would have messed up our world somewhat, because everything's ran on computers. Our electricity, even if it's hydropower, now has a computer operator that controls it, not a physical person. You know, the reality of our society nowadays is technology has actually taken over on us, to the point of if we lose any form of technology, it's going to cause some issues.
Come get. Love.
Have you seen the progress within our society within the last 50, 60 years?
We were.
That.
Now, if individuals came to you to ask certain things, what would you feel okay being able to answer? I know some people are gonna ask, you know, what the lotto numbers are.
My.
But you know, my curiosity is what subjects do you personally feel comfortable trying to answer or being asked? You feel comfortable being asked about? What are you doing?
Or.
What are you doing?
I hear that.
Huh?
We have.
Four.
First.
Gosh.
You were fidgety tonight. Normally you just stay still.
By.
Good.
Well, normally you just stay still. And we did ask this earlier. Love. I've heard that a few times. We asked this earlier, but I do like this question. I always have. What is the meaning of life? What's it all about?
Four.
Some.
Many of us search for love. Many of us search for companionship. We search for that connection with others.
Design.
What exactly is meaningful in the end with trying to find that companionship?
Now.
Girls.
The.
Is there certain things that maybe you regret that maybe you could teach to others?
Gina.
When I started out with doing more of the paranormal stuff,
Ready?
things that I heard were don't live in regret. Is there similar messages that you'd like to try to convey?
No. How?
What does what is the symbolism of family truly mean? Many people have friends that are like family. They're beyond blood.
Brett.
Is it true that that the energy we put out is the energy we will receive? So if we put out energy trying to find someone, we will find them. or if we put out energy of negativity, we will get negativity back.
Economic.
Now, many of us had mentors, had individuals that impacted us as we were growing up, as we were going through things in life. I'm sure you did. Were you able to see them again and thank them?
You.
Slow. Them.
Now we're gonna stop using this after tonight. Is there things that you'd like to tell us about this application? Things you'd like to tell us to say, hey, this works, or hey, maybe this could help make this work better. Channel.
The winter.
Love.
Sir.
So the meaning of life, you would say, is love.
Actual.
Young
Actual love.
Unite.
What stops individuals from following that meaning of life?
Girls.
Girls.
Hunger.
No, what stops people from actually following that meaning of life?
She.
Are you in the Pacific? Heard of
They.
Told me who.
Peep.
Yeah, we're not blaming you or anyone.
Well,
All right, I'm gonna turn this off, actually, guys. But I'd like to, chat with you guys, and what did you guys think? What did you guys think of this application? How did you feel about how it works? And Perry, I know you've utilized this device or this application as well. And how do you feel about some of the findings you've found with it? Yeah, I was just kind of curious on everybody's kind of take on how it is. I definitely this week I didn't feel too much with too much of the communication. I mean, I felt there was a little bit, but I think the second and third week of testing, we got some great results with it. Just very curious of what you guys were thinking, because we are doing this together, you know. Very true. I didn't hear too many negative aspects, other than I heard shush and shut up a few times. Yeah, and some of those, I mean, it happens with the best of them. You know, the best of the applications, they have repeating words. But I've never really been a fan of some of them that do it, even though I know quite a few do. Personally, myself, I like the ones where it's in a different language, or you can manipulate the language so it's not actually English. Like the Infinity Box, the Phasa Box, where you got the Latin banks, or you can put gibberish in there, or so forth. And I know Anthony has one with the Impossible Box. You can put your own banks into it as well. And same with the EVR, the Echo Box Record. You can put your own banks into it as well. It makes for me, that gives me a little more of a solid take on the communication that we're doing, because it's not the same structure, with having that limitation of it being in a different language from us, utilizing it, and we're listening for English. And Azazel, I think you're amazing doing the deciphers and stuff that you're doing, because I know you are from another country as well, and you're given the take from your language as we're given the take from our language, which is beautiful. The SCD -1, I got some fantastic results when it messed up, and the first time I used it, I got my name coming out and everything. The SCD-2 we did test within this series, and it was okay. We didn't get a lot of stuff with it. I still my big ones is XTS, Vocubus, Echo Vox, and Phasa Box. Those are like my main go-tos for application based, and then for physical boxes, Radio Shack, the Optimus 12808 or the 128 or 798. Those are my absolute favorites for trying to do anything with spirit communication through a device, through an audio device. Yeah, with the SCD-1, I want to figure out how to redo it, but we're using it, and my internet, it literally, my internet kicked out. It went, kicked right out, and then it came back on, and the SCD-1 wouldn't connect. It took like 5 minutes for it finally to re-sync in and connect to it, and in that time where it wasn't connected to the internet and everything, we had the greatest communication we ever had. Like pinpointed accuracy. It was Whitney Van Slyke. She was in here. I'm sure you guys know who Whitney is. And she goes, her cousin passed away, and as always, I say, I can't promise that we can contact this individual, but I can definitely try. And we got a male voice coming through, and Whitney's in the chat, and she goes, I think that's my cousin's voice. And I go, I said the person's name, and then I explained what was going on. I explained, hey, we're doing this session, and there's a chat. It's live. There's other people here that can view this. They're in the chat. Whitney's in the chat. She's viewing this live as we're doing this. I explained it, and as I explained it right after that, a voice comes right through, and this is live. This is actually one of the episodes with the SCD-1 that we were doing on Spirit Box Weekly in the early part of it. I think it was like week 11, week 13, somewhere around there. And it comes right through and it goes, "Then I'm a ghost then?" I mean, it was clear. "Then I'm a ghost then?" And back then it was Ron and I, and we were just like, yes, we think you are. You know what I mean? Just when strange things happen like that, when it's in your face, some people are gonna. It's either what is it? Fight or flight. And with doing the spirit communication stuff, it's not like that. It's handle it or run. And when that happened, we both were just like, huh, wow, apparently they're here, apparently we're talking to them. If we run, they're still going to be with us. There's no point in going anywhere. So you know what I mean. So I don't know, I kind of hold the same thing. But yeah, it was definitely what week was it? I'm trying to remember what week it was. It was within the SCD-1 weeks, and back then we were doing stupid stuff with, like, at the end of every week we would try to contact somebody within history that has passed away. And actually, if you guys like that idea, I'll bring it back. I know there's the other aspect that a lot of people are like, can you talk to Spock? Can you talk to, individuals that just passed? And within the first 48 hours, it's going to be on the radio. It's going to be all over everything. So you're not going to know if you're actually talking to them or hearing about them. So personally, back then we tried William Shakespeare. We tried like Elvis Presley. What was it, Albert Einstein? That was an interesting one. We asked the spirits, can we try to communicate with Albert Einstein? And it was Ron and I with Jason, I believe. And I thought, and my German's not that great, but we could have swore we were hearing like German coming through. It was interesting. So I mean, if you guys would like that to come back, just let me know, and I'd be happy to try to figure out different ways to do that. I think I have a list somewhere on the individuals that we tried that with in the past. But I think that's it for this session for Spirit Box Weekly. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. And again, please don't forget to hit that like, and please share and subscribe. I know all you guys are probably already subscribed, but please feel free to share. Facebook, Google+, wherever you guys would like to. And if you guys ever have ideas, you ever have new things that you'd like to see instigated within the sessions, let us know. I'd be happy. I'm always happy trying new techniques and see what happens. But just let me know if you guys think that's a good idea to bring it back. And we used to do it at the end of the last 10 minutes. We would like ask who you guys would like us to try to communicate with, and it merged out pretty well. But everybody have a beautiful night. If you guys are celebrating Labor Day Monday, have a wonderful Labor Day. Have a great 3-day weekend if you have that, or if you don't, have a great weekend if you're able to. And we'll catch you next week. So everybody have a beautiful night.